I'm live now. Hey, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Jubilee Circle's first Friday open mic and coffee house. We're so glad that you are joining us here today in the building and also out there live on the live stream. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. However you are joining us, I am Candace Shalou, the spiritual director, also called pastor or whatever, here at Jubilee Circle. And I'm so glad to welcome all of you here. And I just wanted to note this beautiful balloon sculpture right here. It is topped with a balloon that says happy birthday, and that is for me. Na, 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 na. My birthday was actually technically last Friday, but I am so very happy that Janice and Sean Mewborn from Balloonopolis concocted this beautiful guitar for me. So thank you so much to Janice and Sean. Yes, Balloonopolis in, are y'all in Lexington or Lexington? Yeah, look them up. They're fabulous. Oh my gosh. And so tonight, our open mic will begin at 8 o'clock. So if you're here for the open mic, the sign-up sheet is over there. I think everybody who's here for that right now has done that. And, oh, you have not. Okay. So sign up for the open mic over there. And if you are still out there watching out there in TV land and you're like, open mic, you have until 8 o'clock to get here, 6729 Two Notch Road here in Columbia, South Carolina. Please join us. If you're not in Columbia, thank you for joining us online. We have got a great night of music planned for you this evening. So thank you so much for joining us. And to open us up for the first hour, we have Josh McGill, who is joining us. He is part of Wombat Junction, and he played our party in the parking lot back in May, and he is amazing. So everybody welcome Josh McGill.
So I'm Josh. I'm in a band called Wombat Junction with two of my best friends and my younger brother. Everybody's a singer-songwriter, and I'm sorry y'all drew the short end of the stick. But this is one of the Wombat tunes. Or maybe it's not.
Here's where I used to live. Nobody wants me here. I never called it home. Time doesn't heal all wounds. Why would you want it to? That's not moving on. It's high time you realized your words don't mean a thing, no matter how smooth they sound. They go on and on, saying nothing at all. Don't it seem profound? It's just the way they talk, the shuffle in their walk. It makes you stick around. Oh, but what if it all comes down to the least of all? can't believe I believed we haven't been deceived by the spoils of the war. Look what they've done to you. All that you want to do is gather more and more. It's high time you realized your things don't mean a thing when there's no one left around. They go on and on, saying nothing at all. Don't it seem profound? It's just the way they talk, the shuffle in their walk that makes you stick around. Oh, but what if it all comes down to the least of all? It all comes down to the least of all. What if it all comes down to the least of all?
All right, so I'm going to play a lot of older songs and some newer ones, and I will probably remember them about as well. If I just wrote it, I probably don't know it that well, and if I wrote it a long time ago, we'll see how it goes.
So you say you sold your soul to the wrong kind of man, and now you want my sympathy. Well, you hold your broken heart in the palm of your hand, but don't hand that to me. It's a fragile thing, so guard it with your life. So you say you lost sight of what you really need, and now you don't know where to start. Now you're talking so much that you just don't see. You left your horse behind your car. Take hold of the reins and learn how to be alive. It's alright to cry, it's alright to scream, but it's still alright to hold your head up high and get on with everything. So you think a lost cause means that nothing's left, but it's just another open door. Well, you don't want to remember what you just can't forget. You can't take this anymore. There's no easy way out, so dig your heels in the soil. It's alright to cry, it's alright to scream, but it's still alright to hold your head up high and get on with everything. find a marketplace to stand your ground. They're gonna knock you off your feet. It ain't the time or the place to be one of the weak. It's alright to cry. It's alright to scream. But it's still alright to hold your head up high and get on with everything. It's alright to be lonely. It's alright to get down. It's alright when you feel like there's no way out. It's alright to stand up in the face of doubt. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright.
Thanks, y'all. Okay, so I'm to understand there's supposed to be protest songs. Well, this tune's called The Most Perfect of Sheep. It's one of those I might not remember. See? We're two in love, we were young and stupid. We set up for America, we're there before we knew it. The book said that the streets were paved in gold. The land's been raped, that book must be too old. The American dream's been replaced with greed. They'll manipulate your fears to control the weak. Make up any story that you believe. The ones that scare the most are the most perfect of sheep. Well, so the story goes, we've come to overthrow your homes, steal all your jobs and replace your culture with our own. The sign said, give us your time, your weak and your huddled masses. It fails to mention they must be straight, white, Christian, and come from the upper classes. The American dream's been replaced with greed. They'll manipulate your fears to control the weak. They'll make up any story that you believe. The ones that scare the most are the most perfect of sheep. So the story goes, we've come to overthrow your home, steal all your jobs and replace your culture with our own. The sign said, give us your time, your weak, your huddled masses. It fails to mention they must be straight, white, Christian, and come from the upper classes. The American dream's been replaced with greed. They'll manipulate your fears to control the weak. They'll make up any story that you believe. The ones that scare the most are the most perfect of So for the first time in my life, I have a job where I type all day. I'm noticing it.
She only listens to gospel music. She only sleeps when the sun's outside. She don't want nothing if she can't use it. She says this town comes alive at night. She wrote him letters from Holland. They arrived one at a time. He read them by candlelight. While he kept the lights on with the music playing, didn't want to think about what she was saying. If it was over, you might as well just have the picture without all the details. He wasn't much of a poet then. He didn't know how to write it down. Learned all he could of original sin from all the late nights in this town. He wrote her letters from next door. They arrived by paper plane. She read them all the same. With the lights out in a quiet setting where she didn't want to read what she was dreading. If it was over, she might as well just have the feeling without all the details. Well, it all falls apart when the light isn't right. You know the devil's in the details, but so is life. If they'd have kept the lights on in a quiet setting, well, they wouldn't be worried about forgetting each other and the pictures and the feelings. They needed the details. They needed the details. Oh, life's in the details. When the hurricane rolled through town, I was just 7 years old. I remember when the power went out. I remember sleeping in the store. What I didn't know then took me 30 years to know. I suppose it was the best time I ever had. And it's funny when you look back, it's funny when you think about the words that you would take back that you didn't mean. It's funny how a moment becomes a bad dream and you swallow the whole thing whole. And the cynics will tell you that it's all over, while the mimics just do it all over and over. The good hearts stand shoulder to shoulder, determined to soldier on. Yeah, you carry on. I remember when my third decade was ending, I was losing all I had ever believed in. A hell of a thing, caught up in a feeling, and you just want to numb the pain. What I didn't know then took me to change. I can say they were the worst of my days. And it's funny when you look back, it's funny when you think about the words that you would take back that you didn't mean. It's funny how a moment becomes a bad dream and you swallow the whole thing whole. And the cynics will tell you that it's all over, while the mimics just do it all over and over. The good hearts stand shoulder to shoulder, determined to soldier on. Yeah, you carry on. And it's funny when you look back, it's funny when you think about the words that you would take back you didn't mean. It's funny how a moment becomes a bad dream and you swallow the whole thing whole. And the cynics will tell you that it's all over, while the mimics just do it all over and over. The good hearts stand shoulder to shoulder, determined to soldier on. And the good hearts stand shoulder to shoulder, determined to soldier on. Yeah, soldier on.
So that was one that wasn't new or old, and I should have remembered it better than I did, but I got through it. So this is a tune that's not like most that I write. It was stream of conscience, so there's no chorus or anything. I just did it real quick. I don't know that it has a theme. If you need some time to think things over, take all the time you need. If you need to know what I'm thinking, ask me anything. If you want to know where I'm headed, focus on my feet. If you need a hole to crawl into, bury me. I saw Jesus in the pawn shop, selling off his books. He said, no one understands me, they just focus on the hook. He said the nails weren't even so bad, but the way their faces looked could make even the most righteous for truth turn out a crook.
The prophets say that life's a circle. What do prophets know? They wind up where they started. It's like they never even tried. Or maybe if they didn't circle back, they'd still be alive. I live alone so that no one sees me cry. I talk too much for nobody to hear. Without hello, there won't have to be goodbye. So I put myself away and I disappear. I can't find my voice without coming off the wrong way. When I say I wasn't asking for advice, but I just want to be heard without all the confusion. I need someone to listen without putting up a wall or telling me what I need. When I wasn't asking, I just want to be heard. I can't find my voice without coming off the wrong way. When I say I wasn't asking for advice, I just want to be heard without all the confusion. I need for you to listen without throwing up a wall or telling me what I need. I just want to be heard. Oh damn, I just want to be heard. Service and statues coming down. change the hate in another American town. Till they change who occupies the seats. And try to find a way to make the ends meet. They can talk a big game all they want, over and over again. They can say that things have changed, but it's all the same. Well, I'm looking at a long time coming. I'm looking at a long time coming now. I'm looking at a long time coming. It might be time to burn this whole thing down. TV station's got a conscience all its own. They send it to you while you sit and watch at home. They advertise a change, but it don't come. Justice for all, or there's justice for no one. They can talk a big game all they want, over and over again. They can say that things have changed, but it's all the same. I'm looking at a long time coming. I'm looking at a long time coming now. I'm looking at a long time coming. It might be time to tear this whole thing down. I'm looking at a long time coming. I'm looking at a long time coming now. I'm looking at a long time coming. It might be time to burn this whole thing down.
So I've got some CDs, the only solo record I ever made, that I'm going to sell for $5. If anybody buys them, I'm going to donate it back here. I remembered those for the first time ever to bring to a show. I had to borrow a cord. All right, so this is a song that is for my friend who made the CD for me.
told me to hold on. You told me to wear my heart like a sleeve on my shirt. Late one night on the phone, but now you're gone. What do I do now that you're gone? Well, I can still hear you tell me I have to carry on. Still have dreams. I didn't wait to make a call, and we had things to do, so we muddled through, and nothing changed at all. But I wake up and you're gone. What do I do now that you're gone? Well, I can still hear you tell me I have to carry on. There's a part of me that's never coming back. It's straight to the heart of me. It's never getting back. Oh God, it's so painful, so far out of reach. But I made you a promise that I'm gonna keep. The tears that I cried late at night on the phone, I swore all my life I would always carry on. But you're gone. What do I do now that you're gone? I can still hear you tell me I have to carry on, and you're gone. What do I do now that you're gone? I can still hear you tell me I have to carry on.
Let me sneak in here, Josh. One of the things we like to do here at Jubilee Circle is to pay our feature performers, because musicians deserve to live. Right. So we're going to pass the hat around, or the basket, our rainbow basket, around. And if you've been enjoying Josh, even if you haven't been enjoying Josh, put some money in it. But of course you've been enjoying Josh, right? All right. Carry on, my man.
What does it mean to be happy? It depends on the time of day. How do you know when you're tired? When you always feel this way? What do you do when your own time is only time for sleep? This can't be all. that we planned for when we started with this dream. Oh, what does it mean? What does it mean? We've forgotten how to love. We've forgotten everything. Oh, what does it mean? What does it mean? We've forgotten where we came from and let our ideals replace our reckless greed. I don't know if we can change. We may be too far gone. I'm not inclined to accept it. I'm not moving on. I still believe that we're better than what we've become. I still believe that the long game has yet to be won. Oh, I still believe. I still believe. One day all our love will conquer everything. Oh, I still believe. I still believe. We can learn to help each other and let our ideals replace our reckless greed. Oh, I still believe. I still believe. One day all our love will conquer everything. Oh, I still believe. I still believe. We can learn to help each other and let our ideals replace our reckless greed.
Made a list of songs in my phone that I'm trying to avoid pulling out and staring at. All right, so this song was written very shortly after the Charleston shooting. It's called Nine Pillars.
Brick, mortar, and faith and stone, now 9 more pillars to stand upon. We're lost, but they've gone home. They left us behind with seeds of love to be sown. You hold each other by the hand and you cover every inch of this broken land. The healing starts when you take a stand. Nothing less is what the blood demands. hands. Nothing less is what the blood demands. Right here, plant your feet in this dirt. They can try as they might, we won't be unearthed. Right now, this is our judgment day. Do we stand our ground or just fade away? Do we stand our ground or do we just fade away? Take that flag from where it flies and you place it in glass and tell every side we're still so far from the end of the fight. One less piece of cloth won't change a hateful mind. One less piece of cloth won't change a hateful mind. Right here, plant your feet in this dirt. They can try as they might, we won't be unearthed. Right now, this is our judgment day. Do we stand our ground or just fade away? Do we stand our ground or do we just fade away? There's no question of wrong or right. You know love brings love, hate brings divide. Rest your body and your thoughts tonight. A new day comes, a new chance to rise. A new day comes, a new chance to rise. A new day comes, a new chance to rise. A new day comes, a new chance to rise. Right here, plant your feet in this dirt. They can try as they might, we won't be unearthed. Right now, this is our judgment day. Do we stand our ground or just fade away? Do we stand our ground or do we just fade away? Fade away.
Thanks, y'all. I'm going to the list.
Well, she never quite knew why he was so ashamed, why he never would cry in front of her face. She never asked why he had nothing to say. Another day in her life, slowly fading away. You held on for dear life. You knew there had to be more. You held on for too long, just like you held on before. Well, you'll be alright. Yeah, you'll be alright. got nothing but time. Yeah, you'll be alright. Well, she just needed more than he had to give. But she wanted a life that he wanted to live. She wanted the future, but he lived in the now. Well, she couldn't live with what he could live without. You held on for dear life. You knew there had to be more. You held on for too long, just like you held on before. Well, you'll be alright. Yeah, you'll be alright. We got nothing but time. Yeah, you'll be alright. You held on for dear life. You knew there had to be more. You held on for too long, just like you held on before. Well, you'll be alright. Yeah, you'll be alright. You got nothing but time. Yeah, you'll be alright. You got nothing but time. Yeah, you'll be alright. Dear Lord, hypocrisy don't sleep, so what's left to believe? Because I have no capacity for the apathy I see. The devil's in your eyes and it's in my mind. There's no disguising that. If what we design is based on lies, well, there's no turning back. It's a passing wind, not a never-ending chance to make things right. There's no need to bend to the will of those programmed first to fight. We're only worthy of a world that we are yet to leave behind. Despite things I've heard, I won't give up on truth. 'Cause I've learned that honesty gets earned, that fear is no excuse. The devil's in your eyes and she's in my mind. There's no disguising that. If what we've designed is based on lies, well, there's no turning back. It's a passing wind, not a never-ending chance to make things right. There's no need to bend to the will of those programmed first to fight. We're only worthy of a world that we are yet to leave behind. The devil's in your eyes and she's in my mind. There's no disguising that. If what we've designed is based on lies, well, there's no turning back. It's a passing wind, not a never-ending chance to make things right. There's no need to bend to the will of those programmed first to fight. We're only worthy of a world that we are yet to leave behind.
All right, so I retired this song because it wasn't relevant anymore, and I was really happy it wasn't relevant anymore. But since the event invite said protest songs, I'm bringing it back once. Again, if I can remember it.
Well, you can take your daddy's money and get out of our house. We don't want to pay your rent right now. Take your cheap red hat when you leave. We don't need another wall, we need clean air to breathe. I'd rather lose you and keep the refugees. Why don't you go back to reality TV, where you turned hope into fear overnight, and you're turning folks around to let them die. Well, if all lives matter, then why not do what's right? Well, we're never gonna stop fighting the good fight, day and night. Well, you can cry about it in another misspelled tweet, get mad about the jokes they make on the screen, throw a temper tantrum for a crowd that wasn't there. Well, since you're trying to push us back a couple hundred years, you're gonna cry yourself a lot more tears. It's hell where you're headed and you're not dragging us down there. 'Cause we've been in locker rooms and no one talks like that. I guess the orange don't fall far from his racist dad. Well, I never would have thought we wouldn't let things get so bad. Well, it's too late now to weep, we gotta take it back. How'd you feel about that? Well, you should probably pay. You can take your daddy's money and get out of our house.
Josh McGill, everybody! And thankfully, he did get out of the house. All right. We're so happy about that. All right, we're going to do our open mic here. So thanks again to Josh Miguel. Another round of applause of Wombat Junction. And Josh also has some swag. Tell us about your what you've got for available here.
I've got a solo record I made a few years ago with a good buddy, and some really talented musicians. But I'm selling them for $5. Whatever I sell, I'm going to donate back here.
All right. All right.
So.
All right. Thanks, Josh. All right, a couple of announcements as we move into the open mic. If you are here and part of our open mic and you are trying to boost your audience or sell your wares and you want folks to be aware of where you are, like on the web, or if you have a place where you sell your merchandise, if you can fill out this little form, our friend Jim Mounts over here, who is running our live stream, will put a chyron underneath you, the third under the bottom of your website, all your information, so the folks out there on the live stream will know where to find you, what your name is, and where to find you. So please fill out one of these. They will be available, and so then we can know who you are, and we can give everybody a name so everybody understands who you are and where to find you. Here at Jubilee Circle, we are beginning a new phase as we reopen, as COVID is waning. It's not over, folks. It's not over, but it's on the downhill slope, we're hoping. And we're going to start doing a lot of workshops, a lot of spiritual growth opportunities for folks here in the community, and even some hybrid events online that you can join us for. And our first one coming up is being conducted by Carolyn Gregory. Carolyn, where'd you go? Carolyn, where is Carolyn? Am I not seeing Carolyn? Am I blind? Anyway. Okay. Well, Carolyn is doing a Creating a Spiritual Practice workshop on Saturday, July 17th, right here in the building from 10:30 until 12:30. And it's like, what is a spiritual practice? What beliefs fuel your thinking? What grounds you? This is going to be an interactive workshop as to discuss, explore, meditate, write, color. There's even coloring. It's going to be great. So if you are looking for ways to develop a spiritual practice, this is a great workshop, and it will be July 17th from 10:30 until 12:30 here at Jubilee Circle, 6729 Two Notch Road in Columbia, South Carolina. Thank you very much. All right, so we're going to move on and start our open mic, and Phil Hurd is our first guest on the open mic tonight. There's Carolyn. She just walked in. Carolyn, we were just saying, see, now she gets to make an entrance. I was just telling people about the 17th, so. All right, Phil, come on and join us.
Point it up a little higher. Point it higher. Oh, very good. Okay. Let's see what we got here. All right, everybody. This is a song about waking up in the morning on the banks of the river and having a good day. When I found a old guitar, it made me think of you. I took a ride on the muddy river in the misty morning dew. Well, everything seemed right. City lights look bright. Midnight is bright as your pretty brown eyes
I'm still in love, dreaming all about you. I'm in the glow of the misty morning dew. Well, the sun is in the sky, shining down on me, shining from on high, as far as I can see. I'm on the rainbow road, walking down the line. I found a pot of gold, and I'm gonna let it shine. I'm so in love, thinking all about you. I'm in the glow of the misty morning dew. I'm still in love, dreaming all about you. I'm in the glow of the misty morning dew. Well, I found my old guitar and my accordion. I took a ride on the muddy river in the misty morning band. Well, everything seemed right, city lights looked bright, midnight as bright as your pretty brown eyes in the misty morning light. I'm so in love, thinking all about you. I'm in the glow of the misty morning dew. I'm still in love, dreaming all about you. I'm in the glow of the misty morning dew. I'm in the glow of the misty morning dew. All right, thank you very much. Well, let's see here. Okay. Lady Margaret, she stands at her high parlor door, waiting for her pretty boy to love her. She's been standing there since 1954, and she's counting all the stars that shine above her. She'll be counting all the stars until they're gone. Well, Lord Lovell, he stands at his high castle gate, waiting for his pretty girl to see him. He's been standing there since 1958, and he If you see me out walking down that lonesome lost highway, don't even ask me where I'm going. I'll be walking here until the break of day. I'll be counting all the stars just as they're showing. I'll be counting all the stars until they're gone. I've seen the traveling troubadour, a lover in despair, one lady to be guiled, so young and so fair, and so fair. Lady Margaret, she stands at her high parlor door, waiting for her pretty boy to love her. She's been standing there since 1964, and she's counting all the stars that shine above her. She'll be counting all the stars until they're gone. She'll be counting all the stars until they're gone. She'll be counting all the stars until they're gone. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Okay, well, this next one I did not write. This is an old, ancient French folk song that they like to sing in southwest Louisiana. It tells of the Mardi Gras riders on horseback who like to ride around the countryside on Shrove Tuesday. Les Mardi Gras viande te batteur, tulin tulin te demi-heure. Ça passe à trois pardon, demander la charité. Quand même si sont peut-être un peut-être des gratons. Les Mardi Gras sont sur un grand voyage, tulin tulin te demi-heure. Ça passe à trois pardon, demander la charité. Quand même si sont pour Mac et toi côte Moïse. Capitaine, capitaine, voyage ton flac, allant chez l'autre voisin, demandez la charité. Vous autres venez nous joindre, vous autres venez nous joindre, oui au camp pour ce soir. Les Mardi Gras viande te batteur, tulin tulin te demi-heure. Ça passe à trois pardon, demander la charité. Quand même si sont peut-être un peut-être des gratons. Les Mardi Gras sont sur un grand voyage, tulin tulin te demi-heure. Ça passe à trois pardon, demander la charité. Quand même si sont pour Mac et toi côte Moïse. Capitaine, capitaine, voyage ton flac, allant chez l'autre voisin, demandez la charité. Vous autres venez nous joindre, vous autres venez nous joindre, oui au combo ce soir. Thank you. You've been a very kind and genteel audience. See y'all next time. Okay, I'm making noise now. There you go. Yeah. All right.
All right, coming up next to the stage is Danny Shortino. I was so glad I asked how to pronounce his name. Did I get it right? Perfect. All right. Oh, for him? Okay. All right. Does that plug in, Danny? Yes. Okay, we'll plug you in. Don't mean to get fresh with him.
Yes, I do. Sure, me. This first song I'm going to do, I wrote in 1979 at Fort Benning, Georgia. Got it. I will use this one. Yep, Fort Benning, Georgia, 1979, April 19th. I wrote this song on staff duty. I was getting out of the military in 1980, so this is my first protest song. Thank you very much for allowing me to play this. See, I wanna be free to stand for peace and not war. And all the people I play to be, most of them are not really me. Especially the actor I dreaded for years. A soldier's dreams are mostly tears. I lie in bed nights thinking about nuclear warheads that twist and shout. All of the brains at the top, they don't care about me. They're just political minded machines, using us for their bloody deeds. We pay your bills and you're still in debt. Haven't you learned how to play with money yet? And I said, where will I be in a year? Will I be here or there? If you, I blew it again. I humbly apologize, but let me get right back to it. If you're listening to this tune, I hope it slaps you real soon, before they brainwash even you. No one's beyond their reach. Where will you be in a year? Will you be here or there? stand in your peace. I want to stand in your love. I want to stand with my brothers and sisters in the land we all live, in the lands where we all live, a place called America. I still believe in America, our United States. I want to stand in your peace. I want to stand in your love. I want to stand with my brothers and sisters in the lands where we all live, yeah. In the lands where we all live, in a place called America. I still believe in America, our United States. I want to walk in your peace. I want to walk in your love. I want to walk with my brothers and sisters from coast to coast, yes, from coast to coast, in a land called America. I still believe in America, our United States. I want to stand in your peace. I want to stand in your love. I want to stand in the shadow of my God for the rest of this life, yes, for the rest of this life, in a place called America. I still believe in America, our United States. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I blew it so much. I'm used to playing in my bedroom, but this, it is, until you want to come out in public and make a fool of yourself. This next song I wrote for this young boy that died of cancer. And so I follow his family, and it's called Help Me to See, Lord. I've been lost in the desert, and I've been lost at sea. I've been lost in your love, Jesus. Ever since you rescued me. Ever since you rescued me. I've been living in the city. So many people live there, and all that sickness all around me, Lord. Holy Spirit abound now. Holy Spirit come down. Help me to see, oh Lord God. Help me to see. Help me to see, oh Lord God, the path you cleared for me, oh Lord. eyes on you, Lord. This world confuses me. You are my God, oh Lord, and you watch over me. Help me to see, oh Lord God. Help me to see. Help me to see, oh Lord God. Oh, that path that led me free. Oh, praise, oh, glory, Lord, belongs to you. Oh, praise, oh, glory, Lord, belongs to you. Let me see your loving face in my dreams. Let me see your loving face in my dreams, Lord. In my dreams, help me, Lord, to see, oh Lord. Help me to see. This is a song for Gabriel. I seen him in the sky, and every time I sing this song, a tear becomes my eye. Help me to see, oh Lord God. Help me to see. Help me to see, oh Lord God. Oh, that path you cleared for me. Well, that's all. Well, I didn't bring my normal songs. I brought my praise book, so I should have brought my normal songbook. It's a little different. Next month. Next month. Maybe I'll do it better next time.
Danny Shortino, everybody. All right. Oh, we got something really special coming up for you next. We've got Julie Buckley and her daughter Jessica. Julie's going to do a little, we're now for something completely different. Julie's going to do a little bit of comedy for us, a little stand up. Jess is going to sing some. So here we go. All right, Jess, that's your microphone over here, babe.
Okay. All right.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Let me get here now.
All
right, what are you gonna sing?
Lion my.
Use this microphone then, because this is where. Come over here. Oh, hey, Jess, come over here.
Come over here.
I got a better microphone.
A better one.
It's a better one. This one's better.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's better.
All right, that one's better.
Use that one.
All right, so what are you gonna sing?
Lion my.
All right. This is
Lion my. Oh my shine. Lion my. Oh my shine. Lion my. Oh my shine. No. 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 I show.
I'm gonna let it shine. Take this light around the seat. Woohoo! Way to go. Way to go. So glad to see everybody here tonight. I haven't done open mic in years. So this is a first for me. You know what else has been a first for me? I started dating. Yep. After 32 years, I found myself back in the dating pool. And boy, has it changed. Have you heard about this thing called online dating? Well, I decided to give it a shot, so I bought a book. Online for Dummies, so that it could help me get started on this new journey that I was going to be on. I knew things about Match.com. I've seen that one on TV. And then there's one called Plenty of Fish. And then there's the Marketplace. Oh, wait a minute. You don't think that one is a date site? Well, I got a hit on it. So it was for me. Woo-hoo. They said in this book that 1 out of 5 relationships start online. How about that? 1 in 5. And on the back, it very clearly states, date online and find the perfect mate. So, okay, I'm ready to go. So I decided that I would try Plenty of Fish. Okay, one thing, it was free. Yeah, that was a big thing. It was free because, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money to find my perfect man. No. And 2, I am kind of a spiritual person, so Plenty of Fish, I started praying. Lord, make me a fisher of men. Well, I had this whole buffet of men right at my little bony fingertip. If I swiped right, oh yeah, I like them. You might be the man of my dreams. If I swiped left, oh hell no. But the first thing you have to do before you can start swiping, you got to make a profile. You've got to tell them all about yourself. Now, I think one of the criteria for this is that you have to take a fictional writing course, because some of these profiles just seemed really made up here. And I wondered if it was too good to be true, like the ones that went, I'm wonderful, I'm so smart, I'm so horny. Yeah, that one was for real. That one I don't think was so fictional. I think maybe on these date sites, they need to cut through some of this red tape, and they need to just narrow it down. Check this box. The first one is booty call only, booty call with dinner, booty call after second date, and then the last one, keep your hands to yourself. Woohoo! After the photo, after the profile, you got to do your photo. You got to take a picture because, we want to see what you look like. Man, let me give you a few tips, okay? If you're going to be shirtless, at least hold up your 7-figure bank statement, okay? If I can put up being shirtless then. And please, only one person in the photograph, just you, please, because I'm not sure if you're looking for a threesome or something with this whole group. And then another big tip, please remove your oxygen tube before you take the picture. Please. So, okay, I've got the profile up. I've got this beautiful picture with a great big smiling face. And now it's time to put my little finger to work. Swipe right, yes. Swipe no, to the left. Right, yes, no. You know what's great is because it's an app, I have it on my phone. So I can be standing in the grocery store line, swiping right, left, looking for my buffet of men. But, I can also do it sitting on the toilet at home. Now, you laugh. How many of you do your business while you're sitting on the toilet, do your business on your phone while you're doing your business? Come on, true confessions. I know you do that. Everybody carries it with them to the toilet. So, I was really excited. One day, I had 12 men to want to make my acquaintances. 12, all in one day. Hey, that's just like Jesus. 12 disciples. But let me tell you, not all of these were disciple worthy. Not a bit. So one of the guys that contacted me, it was Kevin. Kevin was in Atlanta. And after we did the mutual, hello, how are you, back and forth, Kevin texted me and he said, Julie, do you like your feet rubbed? Oh, yes, Kevin, I love having my feet massaged. Well, Julie, do you like your feet tickled? Well, Kevin, that can be fun occasionally, but not all the time, but occasionally. Well, Julie, do you like your toes sucked? Oh, no. I threw that one back. I threw him back. No sucking of the toes here. So then I met another guy. I met Greg. Now, Greg was really nice. And he took me to the $3 movies. That's okay. I don't mind a guy that's frugal. That's okay. And he was a really nice gentleman. He opened the door for me. And then he leaned over and whispered, you can pay me back later. Come on. That's a little too frugal for my taste. Yes, it is. And then there was George. George suggested a 10:30 a.m. date. Now, you've got to understand, especially you younger folks, that when you reach our age, lunch is fine. A lunch date's okay. For one thing, it's cheaper. The other thing is, too, there may be some Groupon coupons, that they can use. So, it's okay to meet at lunchtime. Plus, it's pretty safe for us ladies to meet at lunchtime. So he said, let's meet at 10:30. I said, okay. He says, how about we meet at my church? Oh, okay. That sounds good. Maybe this is going to be a safe date, So we get there, and there's lots of cars. It was his old girlfriend's funeral. Oh, no. The only saving grace was there was a buffet at the wake. So I did get to eat. Now, threw him back. Oh, this dating thing. Then there was CJ. Oh, CJ was quite a talker. Oh, I enjoyed conversation and all with CJ. And as it often does, it turned to health. At our age, that's something that comes up is, well, how's your health? And I said, well, mine's great. And he says, really? I said, oh, yeah, I'm not on any meds. No, I'm doing great. He says, well, not me. And he started naming off all the meds he was on. Number 3, I zoned out. I just said, oh, no. Oh, Lord, he's looking for a nurse. I don't want to be his nurse. And when I finally zoned back in, y'all, he was still naming off drugs. Oh, threw him back. That was enough for that one. Then there was Tim. Oh, we met for lunch. But the whole time, I felt like I was in a boxing match or something. I was having to fend off hands. I don't know where all these hands came from. It was like he was an octopus or something. But Tim had one redeeming quality. His business was doing logging deals, and I had some acreage that I was thinking about having logged. So I took a deep breath and I said, okay, let's set up a second date so that you can come look at this acreage for me. And he got really wide-eyed. Oh, that'd be nice. In the woods. That would be nice. The closer we got to the date, the more anxious I got. So I got smart. Whenever I pulled up to meet Tim, I got out of one side of the car. My brother got out the other side. Our age, and we had to have a chaperone because I wasn't sure what hands I'd have to fend off in those woods. Oh, then there was one other guy, Henry. Oh, that date was going so well. We had so many things in common. He was a good conversationalist. I just really enjoyed it. So when we got back out to the car and he leaned in for a kiss, I thought, oh, okay, this is going to be good, right? This is going to be good. Then he whispered, baby, don't be afraid if my teeth fall out. Oh, nuh-uh, throw him back too. I think next go around, I'm going to try speed dating. At least then I can quickly eliminate those on a walker, those who are toothless, and those with the oxygen tank. I'm Julie Buckley, and I'm still looking for a date. Bye.
Right, yo, Julie Buckley. Still looking for a date. Sorry about that. I brought a guitar up here just for show. I'm next. I usually wait to go last. I left my music way over there. So hang on just a second. Bear with me. I bought this really neat new guitar. There are two of them, actually. I'm not addicted. And my acoustic guitars, they're those Fender Acoustasonics, so they look like electric guitars, but they sound like acoustic guitars. And my acoustic guitars were feeling neglected, so I brought one out today. All right. I tried to tell everybody that you could do 3 songs tonight, but I forgot to tell everybody. But everybody seems to be doing 3 songs or the equivalent thereof. So I think we're on track. We're doing well. I wanted to sing. I've got a couple of cover songs and one original. Stick around for the original because this is one that has not been played in public because my girlfriend told me I couldn't play it when she was in the room, and she's not in the room tonight. So y'all get to hear it. So there seems to be sort of a theme almost, at least for 2 of these songs. The first song I want to do is actually a cover. And it's a cover by... This song just sort of came back into my mind very recently when I was having a conversation with my girlfriend Beth, and for some reason this song popped up, and it was written and performed by a man named Mark Reynolds. He was known as Uncle Mark Reynolds in the Atlanta music scene back in the 1990s, and he was amazing. He was a very big fellow, and he had a big voice. And he died of a heart attack a few years ago, and the world is poorer because Uncle Mark Reynolds is not in it. And so I wanted to remember Uncle Mark by doing one of his songs. I'm not going to tell you the name of it because it'll blow the whole song when you hear the name. But it's written from the perspective of a little boy. When she comes home, she slips into her sweats and flannel, curls up with some popcorn and the movie channel. Smells of fruity shooters and cigarettes, oh well. Mommy's probably been somewhere she's ashamed to tell. Now I have all the latest TV toys. I get them before all the other boys. Bathed in moonlight beauty comes to wipe away my brow. Smiles and walks away. Is she happy now? And she don't hang around with men. Her friends are loud and funny. They talk about the creeps and how they took their money. Mommy is an STRIPPR. That's how she explains our apartment and our car. Says one day I'll have knowledge, 'cause she is gonna send me to college. Mommy is an STRIPPR. See, I couldn't tell you the name of it. It would blow the joke. She comes home to tell me she'll be back a little later. I'll be sitting up with a teenage neighbor. Love you, do your homework, gotta go up to the lake. Hook up with some moose and maybe jump out of a cave. And she don't hang around with men. Her friends are loud and funny. They talk about the creeps and how they took their money. Mommy is an STRIPPR. That's how she explains our apartment and our car. Says one day I'll have knowledge, 'cause she is gonna send me to college. Mommy is an STRIPPR. And she don't hang around with men. Her friends are loud and funny. They talk about the creeps and how they took their money. When she comes home, she slips into her sweats and flannel. Uncle Mark Reynolds has a voice that is missed. Oh. All right, happy to pay tribute to him. My water is so far away. It's over there. Thank you, Lane. It's yeah. It's in my sippy cup over there. All right. So you know when you get into a new relationship, in the first, I don't know, couple of months, no one sees you again. Where did Candace and Beth go? We don't know. We haven't seen them in months. Yeah, this is a song about that. It's called What Would You Be Doing? sunshine in your eyes. And I can kiss my other plans goodbye. You girl got a one-track mind, but I don't care if I fall behind. But then it occurs to me you had a life well before me, filled your life with other pastimes before you started taking up mine. So tell me, what would you be doing right now? Running for office or seeking power or saving some endangered species? Baby, what would you be doing if you weren't doing me? What did you do before we met? Or has all this made you forget? Were you out deep sea diving or doing a little hang gliding? I don't know why I fascinate, but baby, I'll help you procrastinate. There's no better way to spend my life than in your arms for the rest of my life. Tell me, what would you be doing right now? Quoting Harry Potter, rapping in the shower, buying a Sneed, or speaking for the trees? Baby, what would you be doing if you weren't doing me? I'm not complaining at all. I love my time, baby, in your thrall. Maybe all that time before doesn't mean that much anymore. Yeah. Imagine a great solo right here. What would you be doing if you weren't doing me? It's a great country song, right? What would you be doing right now? Base jumping from a tower, joining the Queen for some high tea, baby. What would you be doing? Yeah, what would you be doing if you weren't pursuing? If you weren't undoing me? I mean, really, baby, come on now. Be honest, what could be more important than you doing me? I think that's a hit right there. That's my $1 million song. Sermon song. Oh, yeah. If I want Beth to attend the wedding. Got to sign the paperwork, and then all bets are off. All right, this is a song we're actually doing on Sunday, but in the theme of protest songs, it's not really a protest song. But it is a reminder that all the world is one. It's a song by Peter Mayer. And I'll try to make it sound like something and not nothing. I'm ruining it already. You could say that you stand apart, put a fence around your yard. You can build a tall rampart and guard it with a gun. You can dig yourself a moat, burn the bridge and burn the boat. Won't matter that much, you know, 'cause all the world is one. All the world is one. You can march in a big parade every Independence Day. You can raise up your own flag and sing your own anthem. It will ring out in the air with all the other anthems there, till the winds of the earth declare all the world is one, all the world is one. Go and ask the Buddha when he's sitting under the tree. Go ask Walt Whitman when he's looking out at the sea. Ask Alan Shepard when he's standing up on the moon, staring at that pearl of blue. Ask an atom in the breath you take. Ask the water by the riverbank. Ask a strand of DNA, it's written in your blood. One light running in your veins, one light from one big bang. You can try and separate it, but all the world is one. All the world is one. Go and ask the Buddha when he's sitting under the tree. Ask Annie Dillard when she's up on Tinker Creek. Ask Alan Shepard when he's standing up on the moon, staring at that pearl of blue. You can take an outbound train, try and make a getaway. You can ride off like John Wayne into the setting sun. But earthlings don't leave town, they just go around and round till they figure out all the world is one. All the world is one. All the world is one. Thank you, thank you. All right, and now for something completely different. Entering into our poetry part of the evening, Tamara Miles is joining us next with some poetry. All right, Tamara.
Beautiful, beautiful always, Candace. All right, let's start with the first protest movement. The first protest movement. This poem was written upon discovering teething as a cause of death in an 1860 record of fatalities. Those teeth breaking milky through resistant gums, my darling, will not kill you. Though the ache seems ominous, warns of volcanic eruption. Diphyodont, born for this resistance and 1,000 others, taught as a nerve as well as for incisors, canines, bicuspids, and molars, enameled, stubborn at the root, supernumerary you are on the cusp. Nature has declared it good that you should bite and tear, gnaw and grit, clench and grind, as well as whistle through the loose one or two among the white and shiny mantle of your mouth. Cradled in the jawbone, your wisdom worn, your anatomic crown of protest. We should start early, shouldn't we? And they do. My beautiful daughter, I'm glad she has a voice, a strong voice. This is a piece of flash fiction, actually, called Coral. It was published in a journal whose name I can't think of. Ghost Parachute. Ghost Parachute. Jenny J. had been living 30 feet up in a tree in a remote swamp in the Florida Keys as part of a protest movement for as many days as it took God to make the earth. When, while she was sleeping, from above her suddenly fell an eastern coral snake. And to preserve its property rights, when she instinctually threw her arm out and shrieked, it released from its short fangs a neurotoxic venom into her left shoulder. Now, under normal circumstances, a person might be able to receive treatment within a relatively short period of time, but since the environmentalist had given up using a cell phone because it might cause a brain tumor, and her safety crew wouldn't be back to check on her until the next morning, she was in a world of trouble. Eastern coral snake venom causes respiratory paralysis, but before that, the victim may experience a sore throat and a condition called ptosis, the inability to open one's eyes. This latter condition is especially problematic if you are up high in a tree in the middle of a swamp in the middle of the night. Jenny had had plenty of time to read while tree sitting, and among her books was a survey of swamp snakes, so she thought she recognized the snake, not so much by its appearance, but by the fact that the eastern coral stays locked into the flesh for a while and demonstrates a habit called chewing. We have a theme tonight, don't we? She knew that the chances of her making it back to civilization alone in time for help were minimal, and as her eyes started to shut down while she was trying to think of a plan besides running, screaming through the swamp, she felt an overwhelming sense of doom. I'm going to quit breathing, she thought, as her heart raced, and I'm going to die out here alone. And then if I'm going to die, I'd better face it and say my goodbyes in the only way I can. She dragged herself over to her backpack and took out her notebook and a flashlight, which she propped against her body and half blind started scribbling what her heart wanted to say to her loved ones. After a few sentences, her mind was wandering so much, she settled into an easier task that came without much thought, and she started drawing. She drew snakes. She drew trees. These were simple shapes, and to this she added simple names. Coral, she wrote. Night. Dying. It wasn't necessary, she realized, to write protest or even love, as these were understood. And when staying put wasn't even a question anymore, she reached out to touch the tree with its heavy mossy leaves and pulled off a leaf and held it to the light and saw the way its veins ran so free and lovely and clean across it. And she pressed her own palm onto its surface and remembered what she came there for. The tree wanted to go on living, she thought, and maybe in spite of everything it would. She picked up the pen again and with her breath coming in quick gasps, wrote the crooked words, Mama, Daddy, I'm shedding my skin. Thank you. All right, let's talk about Jesus, the true protester of them all. Apocrypha. Jesus beat the bullies back from the temple and wiped his brow. He hadn't signed on for this. He counted the days until retirement, which amounted to 70 times 7. There was a backlog of bribes and bitter confessions, and the overtime was killing him. He threw the first stone. It skipped across the Jordan, flung itself back in a slingshot, and hit him on the forehead as he wrote in the sand a poem about forgiveness with his own blood. And frankly, this was his plan all along. He did not want to be a giant. He wanted to be an artist. If they sent him down range, he would go AWOL. He had never approved of violence. He would stage a sit-in at the left hand of God, whose fingers made a permanent peace sign. To the woman who touched his garment, he said, Sister, Sister, you have always been whole. Take up your protest signs and march. Chant, and the door will be opened unto you. Thank you.
Tamara Miles, everybody! Amazing, beautiful poetry. Thank you, Tamara. All right, coming up next, boy, we haven't seen these folks since what, 2019? No? Early 2020? Early? January 20. All right. The Moon Dancers. Please welcome Jim and Corinne. Oh, come on.
Give it up for these pants.
Give it up for those pants, right. Those pants alone.
Just stand here for like 5 minutes,
yeah.
and then sit back down.
Do you want your own mic, Jim, or are you going to?
So he doesn't want to be that close to me.
Well, you know. Let's see. Let's see. All right, yeah, that's not too bad. I hope. So 2 years ago, at the July protest open mic, was when Corinne and I did our first song together. And that was this song that we're going to do first for you. And there we go.
There you go.
something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds, seeing so much resistance from behind. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street. They're singing songs and they're carrying signs, mostly saying hooray for our side. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Paranoia strikes deep into your life, it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, they'll come and take you away. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Hey,
What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Thank you. Oh, that'd be a good idea.
Oh,
Probably. Yeah, what the heck?
yeah. Oh, and this is the gentle reminder to tune. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, I hadn't played this guitar in about 6 months, and it's paying me back by refusing the E strings, refusing to stay in tune. So, hey, our second song was going to be "Fortunate Son." Was supposed to be.
Oh,
Supposed to be.
are you just going to tell on me to all
yeah,
our
yeah,
friends?
and then I was practicing it, and Corinne said, "I think thou dost protest too much," and so we dropped that song an hour or two ago, and wasn't coming together. And we pulled out one of the ones that we have done in the past. It's not a protest song, but we like it anyway because we know how to do it. We think. We only gosh, what a fool I've been. I wish that it would go and let me cry in vain and let me be alone again. Oh, listen to the falling rain. Pitter patter, pitter patter. Oh, listen to the falling rain. Pitter patter, pitter patter. Oh, listen to the falling rain. Pitter patter, pitter patter. Oh, listen. Good. So before we get into this last song, which is a love song, is Fran still here? Fran's still here, isn't she? She's gone. Oh, she shouldn't have left. She loves this song. Anyway, there's a story here. So after that night 2 years ago, we went out to just dance a little bit, catch a little bit of blues music. Ended up sitting out in front of the Museum of Art till 3 o'clock in the morning talking. And that was the beginning of this relationship. Buddy, and at the beginning of it, we both said, yeah, we're not looking at, definitely don't want kids, not looking to get married, polyamory, sure, what the hell, it's fine, right, And this is Corinne, right? Okay, no. And so it's like, okay, sure, no problem. I can do all that. And so about a year in, next July, I think, as I recall, we're sitting around, and she's telling me about her girlfriend from college that's getting married. And she gets that look in her eye.
You are telling all my business tonight.
I am, with purpose here. And so I said, Corinne, have you changed your mind about this marriage thing, maybe? She's going, well, this has been a really good year. And I said, well, I'll tell you what. Would you think you might like to? She said, yeah, I think I might. I said, okay, let's give it another year. And if we're still getting along, we'll get engaged. Does that sound good to you? She says, yeah. So it's been another year, and in spite of the pandemic, being with each other 24/7 most of the time, everything else, you notice neither one of us have any scars or anything we didn't use that. So it's been good, So with that, what I want to do here actually is say, hey, Corinne, will you marry me?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Woo.
Yes.
I know, and it's a romantic song too. It's our favorite romantic song. So if either one of us gets through this without breaking up, it'll be a miracle. But we'll try it.
Oh, we hurried up and broke up before we started.
Yeah,
So
there you
checked
go.
it off the list.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
Shall I stay?
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jim and Corinne, the Moon Dancers, everybody.
Say good luck topping
That is a first for a Jubilee open mic. There has never been an actual marriage proposal on stage here before. So thank you all for wonderful songs and a first here at Jubilee Circle. I guess we're all invited to the wedding, right? Yeah, that's right. That'll boost our ratings, Jim says. And thank you so much to Jim Mounts, who is back there running that camera and making us all look good out here. Jim has given up his life for Jubilee Circle, and we appreciate that, Jim. Gail, we appreciate that Jim has given up his life for Jubilee Circle. You always have to recognize the girlfriend. Right. As I well know, yes, Gail is awesome. She is a wonderful human being. All right, coming up next, my list is way over there, but I have a feeling it's Lang Owen. Everybody, Lang Owen, if you have not heard Lang Owen yet, you are in for a treat. And so here he comes. The Lang Owen, the amazing singer and songwriter Lang Owen. We are honored to have him with us this evening.
So we tend to think about Bob Dylan when it comes to protest songs. And in the mid-'60s, when Dylan decided he wanted to go electric, somebody said, well, how come you don't sing any protest songs anymore? And Dylan said, well, all my songs are protest songs. Which I thought that was a very Bob Dylan thing to say. So anyway, I'm going to play nothing but protest songs. And did you all know that since the year 2004, the United States has lost 2,100 local newspapers? So I wrote a song called Last Gasp of the News, which is my protest song about the lack of newspapers in this country. So it's told from the vantage point of a editorial cartoonist who loses his job. Deadline, you put a cap on your pen. You spent your whole life turning politicians into cartoons. Newspaper days fast coming to an end. All doom and gloom. You say you're nothing more than a doodler. You say any little kid do what you do. You captured the smiles of the greatest bamboozler. You saw right through. You're a nice guy and all, and you seen the readers fall, and that much is true. Just this one thing, this really big thing. Last gasp of the news. Headline your past like pencils and cash. Nobody left from the good old days. Bid you adieu, my Gem City newsstand, where you made a splash. That's gone now too. They say pictures worth 1,000 words. But can anyone these days trust their own eyes? Pictures on pictures, and pictures round the world, no more the wise. You're a nice guy and all, and you seen the readers fall, and that that much is true. Now there's just this one thing, and this really big thing. That's Gasp of the news. Now while you dream, who delivers your paper? Dark car you never seen, not your kid neighbor. Obituaries and meds, not much more to read. Coupons, you'll get to them later. Maybe tomorrow you'll write Dear Abby. Maybe tomorrow check your horoscope. Finish that crossword in time, not too shabby. Maybe you won't. You're a nice guy and all, and you've seen the readers fall, and that much is true. Now there's just this one thing, this really big thing. That's Gasp of the news. So there's a lot of uncertainty in this world, and I wrote a song called Where Does the River Start? So it's my protest song about all the questions in our lives that don't have very many answers. Where does the river start? Where does it ever end? I'm knee-deep in hot water, rushing across my skin. I've been waiting all this afternoon, still I don't know why or when. I drove out to the river, left my memories behind. She gave one good reason, lonely passing of the time. Guess my second guessing made up her weary mind. Question marks float above my head. Wish they were light bulbs flashing bright instead. I lay awake in my well-made bed, my well-made bed. Who's this sunbaked man sitting on these rocks? I can dip my finger in, but I can't make the river stop. Fact, I got no answers. All these years still gives me quite a shock. Question marks float above my head. Wish they were light bulbs flashing bright instead. river slows like prayer. The river flows like a sacred vow. The river runs no matter what about your love you doubt. What about your love you doubt? What time does sundown come? Ask a fisherman named Fred. He keeps things quite simple, baits his hook with Wonder Bread. He knows the river's history. He says best not look too far ahead. Question marks float above my head. Wish they were light bulbs flashing bright instead. I lay awake in my well-made bed, my well-made bed. Where does the river start? Where does it ever end? Now, if you can all answer that question, I'd appreciate it. Okay, this is an actual protest song. You know, it's a shame that we got too many African-American men walking around this country getting shot for no good reason. So I wrote a song called An American Dreams. Looks like we broke the world. That's what the Times says. Spinning like a tilt-a-whirl, holding on your level best. And you take it in the hardest way that could be you now. But for God's grace, flat on your back in the street. But you make it in the darndest way. Drop your kid off and you work all day. Nighttime you're praying for peace, praying for peace. An American dream, an American dream, an American. Running through your neighborhood, get your cardio in. Wonder if you even should, even in your perfect skin. And you take it in the hardest way that could be you now. But for God's grace, flat on your back in the street. But you make it in the darndest way. Drop your girl off and you work all day. Nighttime you're praying for peace, praying for peace. An American dream, an American dreams, an American. Dressed up like Sunday, now they know your name. Sing what Sam Cooke sang. Things are gonna change. Things just gotta change. Will they ever change? An American dream, an American dreams, an American dreams, an American, an American, an American. Now go out there and protest.
Hang on, everybody. Woo! All right. So we have arrived at our last act for the evening, and we always save the best to last. It used to be me. But now I have been usurped by the one, the only, the myth, the man, the legend, Al Black.
Nothing wrong with being a myth. Especially a myth in your own mind. That's right. I'm going to get my glasses on. I'd just like to say, you know, it's nice to see folks again after COVID and all this. And it's been a time of introspection for many of us. And I want to encourage folks to be kind to yourself, because if you can't be kind to yourself, you can't be kind to others. I live by a pond. My wife and I, we live by a park, and it's got a pond, and I go out on the pond every day and before the world wakes up. And so I realized even muddy water reflects the sun. So be kind to yourself. I'm going to read some poems, some funny, some not. This one's called How Zappa Met Susie Cream Cheese. You climb out of bed and put on a t-shirt, sweatpants, and a ball cap. Walk to the corner store, buy coffee in a styrofoam cup. Lady at the counter tells you to zip up. Instinctively, you reach down and zip up your pants. She barks you could have turned around to zip your pants. You reply, she'd already seen you unzipped. She calls you rude. Trying to keep peace, you turn to leave. She raises her voice. Your Zappa shirt is ugly too. You turn back around and ask if she ever washes her shirt. Halfway home, you realize sweatpants don't have zippers. You go back, tell her you're sorry that you argued over non-existent zippers. She said it's been a bad day and she apologizes too. You realize she's naked from the waist up and ask about her shirt. She tears up and says it was filthy, so she took it off just to make me happy. You take off Zappa, tell her to put him on. She turns it inside out and puts Zappa next to her skin. You laugh and say, that will make Zappa happy. Hand her a napkin from the sandwich display to wipe her eyes. She says quietly she gets off at 8. Back in bed, you wake from your dream, get up, and look for Zappa in the dirty laundry on the floor. You know, during COVID, Ram Dass passed away. I don't know if, I mean, you know who Ram Dass was, but he was one of those quintessential figures during the 60s and 70s and on after that. But, you know, in the, he kind of started with Leary, but then he got out of drugs, but was still into realization, you know, self-realization. This is called, and I'm saying that because I mention him in this poem. Dreaming the night before, the night before Christmas. I dreamed I met an old friend who I did not know, but he knew me. I dreamed I was in a coffee shop tasting different brands and none of them tasted good. I dreamed I was at a gourmet banquet and all they had was Chick-fil-A. And I don't do Chick-fil-A. I dreamed I found an old book I bought for high school graduation with Aunt Edna's credit card that I always meant to read but never did. It fell to pieces in my hand, broken at the spine every time I turned a page. It fell into smaller and smaller pieces, so I wrapped it with a rubber band and put it back on a shelf. I dreamed I sat on a cloud with Ram Dass and William Blake, and Ram said, "Don't believe all the hype about Nirvana." William winked and said, "Ram's a little upset." When he arrived, he walked through a door into a public restroom before the morning cleaning. I dreamed I was standing naked in front of a cracked mirror in a changing room at Sears, and all the clothes were too small to put back on. Liquidators were knocking on the door, demanding I come out so they could turn out the lights. And I dreamed I couldn't wake up. A friend of mine who's a healer went to one of these places, a friend of hers who does like workshops on self-actualization, and this woman has a padded room, and she encourages people to go in and beat on the walls and everything and get out their anger. And from this, I wrote this poem. She is a lucid dreamer, small and lithe as a cat asleep on her bed. She is an awakening dreamer. She runs until she hurts. She has been broken and will break again. She is a healer looking for a healer. She is fiercely courageous, fiercely loyal, and fiercely afraid. She wishes she were beautiful, unaware she already is. She is a scholar and a student clad by the wind. She helps the moon undress among the clouds. She is a shaman looking for her shaman. She has lived before and will live again. You think you have known her in past lives, and somehow you always find one another again and again. She is one man's daughter, someone's friend, a lover in need of a lover, a wall boxer shattering her hand. If you know her, name's Allison. I'm going to read one more poem. And this one I had someone reach out on phone today, and they said, "You don't mind if I put this to music, do you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm honored." In all the mythologies that I read, the heron is an important animal. It's a mystical animal. Whether it's Egyptian or whether it's Chinese, and especially in Celtic and German mythology, the heron is actually how the Lady of the Lake leaves and appears. It's a very mystical creature. And at the pond, there's a heron that appears a lot. So that was the genesis of this poem. And then while I was writing this poem, I got a call from my aunt. A brood of geese waits for a lady with a black dog to spread stale bread along the bank. They don't know what the heron sees staring alone, deep in still water. Your aunt said your cousin with Down syndrome likes to talk with a girl in a picture on her bedroom wall, so they moved it next to her hospice bed in the living room. She laughs with the girl while her daddy waits patiently at the ceiling where two walls meet to hold up the ceiling. Most days she is happy, but when the pain becomes too much to bear, they increase the morphine to let her sleep. Your aunt said 53 years is a long time for your child to never quite grow up. And she doesn't know what she'll do when her baby goes to walk with Jesus. The heron rises up, tucks its legs, soars to the west, turns north, then east, slowly disappearing beyond the hill. Thank you all, and remember, be kind to yourself, and that will be revolutionary.
As we say at Jubilee Circle, oh yeah. All right, so thank you everybody for coming out this evening for Jubilee Circle's first Friday open mic and coffee house. Thank you to Josh McGill for being our opening act this evening, bringing us some wonderful music. Thank you for everybody who was in the open mic, Phil Hurd and Danny Shortino, Julie Buckley with her great comedy, and Jessica Buckley with her amazing song, Thanks to Me. I was here. Tamara Miles for some great poetry. The Moon Dancers, who gave us a very memorable moment. And congratulations to the happy couple, to Jim and Corinne, who wedding plans to be announced, and everybody's invited. We'll let you know. Lang Owen, thank you for him to be here, and also Mr. Al Black. Thank you all for joining us this evening, and we will do this again the first Friday of next month. Yay! Enjoy your evening. Thank you for coming.